Hi guys, Alina here. Welcome back to my channel. With Valentine's Day approaching, I was thinking a lot about loneliness, with solitude, and things like introspection. And today I just want to dive deeper on this topic. I feel like in modern culture, being single means like you feel like a lot of pressure from other people, from society. And I don't think it's a problem. I think we should see this period of your life, your season, as one of the most powerful seasons for clarity, growth, and making better choices, building your boundaries, and just, becoming that version of yourself you're gonna love so much. Let's begin. So, in my first part, I wanna talk about just even the word in loneliness with solitude. I do prefer solitude way more because loneliness I think is a little different topic, so I don't want to mix those up. But like for me, loneliness, how I understand it, is just feeling disconnected, not just from others but from yourself. Yes, trying to fill that void with noise, with distractions, scrolling, numbing your feelings. And also you can be pretty lonely in relationship. This is actually what sometimes when I think if you're single and you feel like, oh, like I really want to be in a relationship, but you do hear like the other people in relationship, they could be even more lonely than you being solo at this time of your life. And to just separate loneliness from solitude, I think solitude is a chosen state, and it's quiet. Intentional time is yourself. I think you need solitude. Doesn't matter if you're in a relationship, if you have a family, how old are you. This is a very important and powerful part of your life. I think it helps you to be emotionally regulated and gives you clarity, especially I think it's important for everyone. I wouldn't say especially for someone, but I feel like for creative people, since your brain needs to produce new things all the time, I think solo time is crucial. Yeah, that's why meditation and all the other things are on a such high demand now. And like people like David Lynch, yes, he was a big what a proponent, I don't know is it the right word, of meditation, because look how creative he was. But he lived by very solid structure if you look it up, and the meditation for him was a key. So to silence the noise, to go get back to yourself, to your core, to try listen yourself, hear yourself, I would say better. So I would say solitude is not being empty and sad, it's just creating that space and guarding that space within you, having your boundaries as well. That's what it means for me. And I know solitude sounds like a beautiful word for me in French. If you're single, I think you say je suis célibataire, which is I don't think in English has a different meaning, but yeah, we're not gonna talk about this today. And then what is introspection? Yeah, so introspection, I would say, is just what do you do in your solitude. Again, do you feel like you're missing out on life, or you feel like this is your life and you building your routine, or you're doing the things which help you to become a better version of yourself, reach your goals, and so on. Yes, also during those times with introspection, you can observe your patterns, you can analyze your behavior, maybe behavior of people you interact with, and again just to get to know yourself better. And then the last one, I would say, just learn how to ask better questions instead of chasing answers from other people, and maybe asking those questions and give an answer to yourself. That makes sense. So let's just sum up that solitude is a space, and your introspection, it's that actual work, the work. Yes, when people say, oh, you got to do the work after you break up and stuff, I don't think that's the only time you have to do the work. I think the work never stops. No. Let me know what are your thoughts. But I feel like if you human being, and you always change, right? So I think the work never stops. You can like just, I don't know, look back onto yourself maybe 10 years ago and think like how much work you've done, or maybe you like realize you still the same person, then I would be really, really concerned. Like, I feel like, yeah, it's nice to have like the stable things in your life, but I feel like a constant change is what's life is about, no? And then I want to talk about when you have all this free time to yourself, and instead of feeling sorry, you have to use this time to build your system, to make your life so full, so valuable. You have to be like, thriving and make it so abundant that you don't even have time to think about, oh, like I'm so lonely today, it's Valentine's Day, and so on. Yeah, let's not bring that energy into our lives. So I would say we can just go back to 12-week year planning, and now if you have that all time on your hands, yes, your free time, it's neutral, but it's very important if you use it to build yourself or your future or dilute your future. Makes sense? Yes. So time is your most honest resource. Again, you can track your time. You can kind of buy your time and reverse your time, but what you can do, you can track your time and see where it goes. Yes. I would say, again, if the evenings are the times when you feel a little bit like sad and stuff, yes, structure your evenings to the point when you don't have time for that, and you're not gonna grab your phone and just being on social media stalking people and all that stuff. So again, I like this thought that the way you spend your quiet time is the clearest reflection of what are you building, what life are you building for yourself. Yes. Sorry, I'm looking to my notes, but I like this phrase a lot. I'm going to just repeat. The way you spend your quiet time is the clearest reflection of what you're building. I think this is great. This is gold. So yes, just simple as when you protect your time, you protect your clarity. When you plan intentionally, solitude stops feeling scary. Yes, your life is full of things and you really don't have time for that. I think that's very important. And then something I want to talk about, I don't know if it's going to be like a very strong opinion or harsh, but I think women are treating their single time completely wrong. Yeah, we should stop doing that. Yes. Let's think about how men protect their bachelor life, their interests, their like social clubs, identities. And I think some women just feel like, oh, if they're not in a relationship, their life is not complete. I don't think any man thinks like that. If you think, if you want to argue with me, please comment below. But I haven't met a man in my life who would be like, just like, oh, I'm so lonely, and kind of just feel like his life is not complete, and why should you do something not like that? I think that's a strong point. So again, let's treat our single time the same way. Yes, let's make again your life so full of things that when you're gonna meet someone, yes, you have like a lot of things to like on the other hand, and you'll be better choosing your next relationship. Yes, as an example, yes, like if you meet someone and you have your amazing routine, you have your hobbies, and then you shouldn't feel like you need to throw it all out the window, but you'll still have to make compromise. But before you make that compromise, yes, you should ask yourself, does this relationship add to my life or subtract from it? Yes. So let's make sure our single time is not a waiting room. Yes, you have to fill it with learning, creativity, travel, working on your house, on your wells, making a better structure. I could talk for a really long time about solo travel. I feel like if you haven't ever solo traveled, I mean, come on. You have yourself, you gotta know yourself. That's your job. You're gonna be with yourself from when you're 0 years old till you die. In essence, you're never gonna kind of get rid of yourself. So you have to know yourself well and love yourself. So solo travel, I mean, is great. Please take a trip and you'll be fine. Nothing bad gonna happen. Have a positive mindset. And yeah, so I would say when you build your routine when your life is full and abundant. I don't think your life is busy with some random social things. Yes, let's separate those. Yes, you can have a very quiet life on the surface, but inside lots of things going on. You like learning lots of new things, you improving, you see your like physical shape improving, your health. Again, I'm talking about internal things, right? Maybe you like regulated your hormones, your sleep. Yes, I'm not just talking about your visuals, which are, I would say, your visual shape is reflection of what's going on inside of your body. This is a very important topic. So I would say, yeah, when you made this solo time amazing, I hope so, you enjoy it. Yes, you for sure gonna choose better relationship and you're gonna attract better people. You're not gonna be chasing anyone, right? So let's just sum up that when your life is rich, you don't tolerate misalignment. Yes, you don't force things, you don't rush the connection, you give it time, you believe if it what belongs to you shall come to you. I know, very what a Tumblr or whatever thing. Yes, girl. Yes, you notice the red flags faster just because yourself you're like more regulated, and you just I would say it's harder to fool you at this moment, right? That's how I think that's a part of being wise and a little older, right? And yeah, so solitude should give you standards, introspections give you discernment. And I just want to finish with a couple movies. I know it's a very random jump, but if it's Valentine's Day Eve and you have a long evening by yourself, and I hope after watching this video you feel like I can spend the evening planning my year using the 12-week year planning system, right? Or I can, I don't know, book that solo travel, treat yourself, yes, again, in a healthy way. I wanted to give you 5 movies I think which could feel that empty evening for you, and those movies are, again, they're not connected to Valentine's Day, but some of them are pretty long, so I think that's gonna kill your evening. Yes, but you're gonna watch a great movie. And let me know in the comments below if you have any like movies you want to suggest for me to watch. I love to spend my Sunday night watching like a nice 2-hour movie. So my first pick is Legends of the Fall. I mean, the cast is incredible. Brad Pitt, yes. I mean, I can't add any more. Yes, I'm gonna give you spoilers. Number 2 is Dangerous Liaisons. I'm gonna write it down here with John Malkovich again. Any movie with John Malkovich is a hit. Number 3, I'm just looking up to make sure I give you the proper name, is Under the Tuscan Sun. I just love this actress. I think she's the most beautiful woman, Diane Lane, right? That's 3 movies. Then I mean the movie by Tom Ford, right? Which is A Single Man, right? And then the last one, I mean, I just love this movie. I think I love the actress, and it's such a like, I don't know, makes me always feel better. It's the Bridget Jones' Diary, of course. I think that's something you can watch too if you don't feel like you want to dive into like a really deep and long movie. And so with that being said, I hope you'll have the most amazing morning, day, or afternoon, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Happy Valentine's Day!